Today All Day, we've got a great show for you on this Friday morning. Let's kick it off with Pop Start. Carson has the latest pop culture news we all need to know. Take a look.
Time for the best time in the morning.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
yes. Carson Daly.
Is the graphics department up?
He fired it up, I believe. Who's in today?
Yep, we got the graphics department up. Jackson's here, ready to go. We got a little over 3 minutes and a lot to get to. So let's jump right in. I got to get the kid to school. Nicole Kidman kicks off Pop Start today. The Academy Award-winning actress recently sat down with funny man Chris Rock for Variety's latest edition of Actors on Actors. Nicole opening up about what it means to her to take on her latest role, playing TV icon Lucille Ball in an upcoming biopic about her life, and revealing how she rarely gets cast in roles similar to the I Love Lucy star.
I love to be funny. I'm never cast funny. I'd like to be funny.
Okay. Well, you're playing Lucille Ball.
The strange thing about Lucille Ball is that everyone thinks we're remaking the I Love Lucy show, and it is so not that. It's about Lucille and Desi and their relationship and their marriage. It's very deep, actually.
Yeah, they had a very complicated marriage.
Nicole is currently in the midst of shooting that movie, where she'll star alongside Javier Bardem, playing the role of Lucy's longtime business partner and ex-husband, Desi Arnaz. That is some great casting right there. Next up, Bruce Springsteen. Although most shows aren't expected to come back to Broadway until September, Springsteen announced earlier this week that he would be returning to hit the stage for a limited return of his hit show, kicking off in just a few weeks. Springsteen on Broadway ended its original run back in December of 2018. The show, if you haven't seen it, it's great. It's a mix of Springsteen performing his greatest hits and then also sharing some personal stories from his decades-long career. Yesterday, the boss called into SiriusXM's E Street Radio to share how he's preparing for the upcoming performances.
Are you rehearsing right now, or did you pull out the script, or how did this? Where are you now with all of this? Because this is coming up soon, June 26th.
I have the script. I haven't looked at it. And I haven't done any rehearsing. So
sounds like they're going to be in for quite the show.
The script, just hasn't looked at it yet, but that's a start. Springsteen on Broadway begins its summer run June 26th at the St. James Theater. Great spot right here in New York. And by the way, we're going to have an interview with Bruce and the Killers next week as they give us an exclusive first look at their new collaboration. Cool. Next up, In the Heights. We talked about it a lot this week ahead of the official premiere of the highly anticipated musical based on Lin-Manuel Miranda's popular Broadway show. The film hit the big screen Wednesday night to kick off the 20th annual Tribeca Festival. Stars were walking the red carpet at the opening night of the 12-day-long event here in New York, celebrating film and new media. And since the movie's wide release in theaters around the country beginning just yesterday, it's already reaching some pretty great heights, earning a 95% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Along with its theatrical release, In the Heights is currently streaming on HBO Max. Be a lot of people watching that this weekend.
And guys, I believe we have just enough time left in this half hour to celebrate birthdays.
There you go. Let's bring it on. Spin those Smucker's jars. First up, let's wish a happy 100th birthday to Donna Jeffrey. She is a chocolate lover from Dearborn Heights, Michigan. She says the secret to longevity, just keep moving. That's good advice. Teresa Mermelstein of Belmore, New York, also 100. She can make anybody feel better with her chicken soup recipe. Happy 100th birthday to Lola Mendez Enriquez of Newark, New Jersey. If she's not out shopping, you're going to catch Lola hanging with the grandkids, and I love that hat. Frank Pugliano is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This World War II vet celebrating 100 years. Frank still cuts his own grass on a tractor every week, and we salute you for your service, sir. John Lorenz of Cromwell, Connecticut, 100, a retired New York City firefighter, one of New York's bravest. Thank you for everything you've done, sir. And happy 104th birthday to Justine Wexner, a selfless lady from Chicago, Illinois. For years, Justine didn't know if she was born in 1917 or 1918 until the family tracked down the birth certificate. So now we can confidently say, happy 104th birthday, Justine.
That's amazing. 104. I love it.
Welcome back. Today in the third hour, Craig has an incredible story of kindness, resilience, and an unshakable bond. Take a look.
We always love to bring you some upside on a Friday morning, and this next story shows how powerful a small gesture can be. That's all it took to bring two strangers together and change both of their lives forever.
The problem is we don't open our hearts because we're scared. My advice is don't be scared.
In 2019, Scott Kuzmarski was recently retired and determined to use his time for good.
You're out in California, you were visiting your son, and then what?
I said, okay, I'm going to go out there and do something I would never do and engage the homeless people. In my mind, I was going to hand out water and look people in the eyes and acknowledge their existence. But Robert and I connected at a level I didn't expect.
When Scott first spotted Robert Pineda, Robert had been living on the street for almost 30 years.
What struck me is this guy on a bike with every single thing he owns on it. I'm walking my dog with a frown on my face because my coffee's cold, and he's got a big smile on his face. And I'm going, what the heck is wrong with me?
Scott felt a special connection right away. But after decades of being on his own, Robert took some time to open up.
How did he approach you?
He was walking his dog, and he offered me to buy me a croissant and a cup of coffee.
And tell him what you told me your name was at the time.
And I actually told him my name was Jack. I didn't grow to trust people right away at the time, you know. But I certainly learned that Scott was a good guy.
Soon, the two were having breakfast together every day.
I got to know the man, and I was like, man, this guy is me. Even though we look so different, it just amazed me that under the surface, a little bit, we're identical almost. Like we're identical twins.
I see it. I see the resemblance. It's striking. It's striking.
Scott quickly realized that, like him, Robert might benefit from mental health care. But he knew gaining Robert's trust, and more importantly, getting him to a doctor, would be difficult.
I'm a little nervous.
So he came up with a plan.
What better way than to go out there and show him that I can live like he can live, and then show him the other side of the coin with myself. I tell you, you don't need more than a day out there to realize how invisible you become.
Robert, what did you think when Scott decided to spend the night on the street with you?
Well, I thought he was joking at first. Why would you have to come down here with me? I'm dirt poor.
The plan worked. Scott had gained his trust, and Robert agreed to visit a local service center where he was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Robert, what changes did you notice after you started taking medication?
I noticed a lot clearer, more focus. I slowly started trusting, I think, a little bit more people.
With Robert's treatment figured out, Scott went back to the East Coast and decided there was one more thing he could do for his new friend.
Scott offered to start looking for some real estate. And that's where it really threw me off. I thought, he's gonna buy a house maybe? You know? I'm like, this just does not happen.
Scott looked all over the country for a new home for Robert before setting on a cabin in Rhode Island, just a few miles from where Scott and his family live.
My favorite part is he lets me pretend I'm like a rough woodsman because he's a carpenter and we got this cabin, so I'm sitting there faking like I know how to hammer stuff.
By May of 2020, less than a year after he met Scott, Robert was a homeowner, and the two men had forged an unshakable bond.
He accepts situations, he accepts people, he gives me such good advice when I'm starting to get mad at something, and he says, boom, and he gives me their perspective immediately. He was my only infrastructure to any kind of communication. For the love of God, it was a blessing.
Wow.
Can you imagine? I mean, he happens upon this homeless man on the West Coast, and then a year and some change later, he's helped him buy a house.
And he got him treatment so,
Yes.
so that he can think and think
Yes.
clearly. Yeah, that's amazing.
God's got a plan. for
Yes.
this.
Wow.
I mean, it's, something else I took away from the story is, it pays off to pay attention to those around you. Robert's doing well. He's got a treatment plan now. And I said to him after the interview, I said, I hope somebody's got the movie rights to this.
That's true.
It would be a great film.
Thanks for sharing that. That was exactly what we needed today.
Good.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna, Willie fills in for Hoda, and you can play along with one of our favorite games, Donorama. Take a look. All right, you're right. I was supposed to be in Washington, D.C. right now, jumping out of an airplane.
I know. I jumped the gun a little bit because I had this visual of you strapped in on that plane and just going. I've never on skydiving.
Would you ever do it?
I would, definitely. I definitely would do it.
Why won't you come with me? I was looking
I
for a
wasn't
companion.
invited. Can you imagine the two of us strapped together? Cross your fingers and jump.
One thing that happens, too, is that your cheeks start kind of blowing in the wind, which is a really horrible visual. But sadly, the weather was not cooperating. So it looks like our mission has been grounded for now, but I'm pretty sure it's happening next week. So cross your fingers.
Okay, I cannot wait. Does that mean I have to come with you now that I've been given some notice?
Did you say you would really do it?
I mean, I don't know. I think you should be with a professional. You don't want me with you.
But you could jump with me with a professional on your back.
What day is that? I've got a Zoom meeting I've got to do that day.
I'm trying to think of like what my code word is going to be.
What does that mean?
Meaning, I just don't want to say, that doesn't mean anything weird.
No.
I just want to make sure I don't say a word that has to be bleeped out. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I need to think of the word for something else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. But there's no code word to say, like, abort the mission or cut me loose or something.
It's happening.
Okay.
But the one thing, I did it when I was 18, and it is so much fun and so exhilarating. I mean, 18-year-old Jenna is very different than 38, 39-year-old Jenna.
Miss Jenna has a few more responsibilities in her life.
Yes, like a mortgage and, I don't know, children.
You also have kids.
I have 3 of them.
Yeah.
So when I was jumping the last time, the guy was like, okay, pull your cord. I'm like, well, how will I remember to pull your cord? He's like, most people don't forget to pull their cord. Towards the end, the man himself said, well, now I'm going to pull your cord.
Oh, you didn't
pull
it?
I was just having so much fun.
You're locked in.
I forgot about the requirement.
And does the guy say time to pull the cord, or is he?
He just pulled it for me.
He just did it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we've been so excited because we've gotten some advice from people who've done it before. So today we have a message from a fellow Texan, Brittany Smith.
So my advice to you is to pretend like you are super excited, like you're about to have the thrill of your life, even though you are scared and nervous. If you smile through it, it definitely makes it better. Oh, and make sure you use the restroom before you go.
Oh, now that's the tip of the week.
Use the restroom before you go. I would hate it if the poor fellow jumping with me got a horrible surprise. Okay, thank you, Brittany.
Wow. Well, you're also, let's just say, you're doing this for a great cause, for a great reason, and so cool that it's around your grandfather's birthday, who was doing this till he was 90 years old.
Yeah, there's this incredible new museum that just reopened, the United States Army Museum, and I can't wait to do it. All right. Willie loves games. I love games. And since it's Friday, we are going to play one of our favorite games. It's called Donna-Rama.
All right, Donna.
Donna. Willie, welcome to Donna-Rama. We're so happy to have you today. Now, before we get to the game, let's find out who you're playing for. This is a big moment. Spinning this wheel, and we're going to find out who we'll be playing for. Team Willie is LaToya Jones from Jacksonville, Florida. And on Team Jenna is Ida Dale from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Go LaToya.
Okay, now the theme this week is related or relationship. So here's how it goes. We'll show you a picture of 2 people, and you just guess if you think they're related or in a relationship.
Okay.
All of these photos are either viewer or staff submitted. Willie, as our guest of honor, you get to go up first.
Okay.
Are you...
Willie, is this one of the most bizarre games
did you ever think you'd be playing
So
it?
you have to decide if the people are brother and sister or if they are dating.
Oh, my God.
There's there's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just your gut. Okay? Just follow your gut. Okay, so first up, Willie.
Yeah.
Here is Rachel and Tim from New York, New York. Do you think that they are related or in a relationship?
I think they're in a relationship. That's
You
a nice
are
cheek to
right.
cheek.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Cheek to cheek.
Just take their body language.
They met in college and have been together for 2.5 years.
Oh,
Good job.
that's cool. All right.
Okay, Jenna, Kathy and David from Sarasota, Florida.
Nope. You know what? There's that space. I believe that they are brother and sister. They are.
You know what? They have actually been married for 32 years.
Okay. All right. I'm going to come back from this.
Okay.
Jesse and Chad from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
That is relationship 100%.
That is 100% related. See, things get a little bit awkward here on Donna-Rama, but it all works out in the end.
This is very awkward, but okay.
Okay, Jenna, Hannah and Matt from New York, New York.
Okay, I think that they're in a relationship.
You are correct.
Okay, good.
They
I'm
met in
coming back.
college,
Here we
been
go.
together for 3.5 years. 1-1. Okay. Oh, Willie, you'll know this. This is our chat producer, Roker and Melvin from New York, New York.
Relationship.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
they
it
just
is.
got
I know
married,
that.
and I have permission to say they're expecting.
I know,
Hey, congratulations, Roker. I didn't know that.
Congratulations
That's
to
a little
Roker
bit
and
cheating
Melvin.
because
Did you
we
know the
her.
two of them?
Well, I knew she was in a relationship, so I assumed
Just
that was
assumed,
it.
yeah. Okay, well, I knew they were in a relationship. That's unfair. but
Okay, Jenna, it's 1-2. Okay, here we go. Taylor and Tristan from Merrick, New York.
I think that they are related.
You're right.
You knew it too?
That's a nice.
There's something
That's a nice
about it.
energy
He
there.
seems a little younger. Okay, brother, sister.
All right, here's the tiebreaker. Jasmine and Sean from Auburn, Alabama, Willie.
That's a brother and sister.
That is a relationship.
Oh, I would have said related too.
Looks like they're at the Kroger and they just went shopping. I don't know. All right. Well,
Family
so who
trip.
won? Jenna won?
No, it's not over yet.
Well, it's tied. And
There's not an extra. Wait, no, but
That was the tiebreaker and I lost, so I think Jenna wins.
no, we're tied.
since you guys tied, guess what? The folks at Gap are sending a $300 gift card to both LaToya and Ida. So it pays to be good.
If you want to play along with Donorama, head to HodaandJenna.com and hit the connect button and make sure you watch every Friday to see if you've been chosen.
That was weird but fun. I like any game, but that one,
It turns
that
out
one really pushed
actually any game works, right?
Yes.
Because that one was
Especially when
odd.
Donna's hosting.
Exactly.
She's the master of it.
If you need a good laugh, there's a great movie you can watch this weekend. It's called Queen Bee.
It looks good. It's got an incredible cast. Jane Curtin, Ellen Burstyn, Anne Margaret, Loretta Devine, and James Caan, just to name a few. And Donna got a chance to sit down with 3 of those legends.
I sure did. It was amazing. And let me just say, we laughed a lot. This movie is about love and friendship, which is something everyone can relate to, no matter your age. Take a look.
This table is by invitation only.
Are you serious?
It's Golden Girls meets Mean Girls.
We don't take crap from anyone.
Starring Ellen Burstyn, one of few to achieve the triple crown of acting.
They're like Mean Girls, but with medical alert bracelets.
Golden Globe and Emmy Award-winning Anne Margaret.
We are the cool ones.
And NAACP Image and Emmy Award-winning Loretta Devine.
She used to say serious as a heart attack, but then Marjorie killed over, so she don't say it anymore.
Queen Bees is based on a real-life love story that blossomed in a retired living community.
I think this is called stalking.
Ellen, your character reluctantly ends up in a retired living community.
You know what? There was a lot of romance going on in that place. Didn't you think so? There are a lot of couples forming. You always walk around at night with a bottle of wine?
Budding romance wasn't the only resemblance between the halls of the senior facility and the halls of a high school.
There were hints to Mean Girls, the movie. Have any of you guys seen Mean Girls?
Yes. Yes.
No, Ellen, you haven't seen it.
No. I don't see movies with the word mean in.
I have this line that says, high school we graduate, here we die. So I think it sort of like turned out that became what it was about, you know.
No matter where you are, there are always cliques.
Loretta, you said you liked playing mean. Is that right?
I rarely get to play mean, and then my character turned out not to be mean, really.
The Queen Bees may start off as total bees, but watching the film, you can't help but fall in love with them.
This movie makes you laugh, it makes you cry. It makes you feel all the feels. What has it taught you about love and friendship?
So there was lots of times, and Margaret and I went shopping a couple of times together. So meeting new people and starting new friendships, that happened in the film a lot.
Did this movie restore anything for you all?
Well, our careers.
My faith in friendship, I love the idea that we have our older friends that we've had forever, and then you meet a great new group of friends, and all of a sudden you've got thousands. I had the best time doing this movie.
I'm so happy that this movie is going to be showing in theaters, because I think it's more enjoyable to see a comedy with a lot of other people.
Well, the one thing I can say about this movie, it leaves everybody with such a warm feeling. They're
Right.
sort of like seeing into what their lives are like and what they can look forward to if they live, you know? So that's...
Yeah, the living is important.
Your life doesn't stop at a certain age. I think this movie really shows that. Just be open. You've got to be open to new friends and new situations.
Really quickly, we have a Hoda and Jenna quick quiz. Are you ready? Okay, what is one item that's always in your purse?
Lipstick.
Money.
Credit card.
What is the most starstruck you've ever been?
I lived next door to Baryshnikov. I had a teepee on my property, and we used to go in there and light fires and serve him champagne. It was one of my favorite things I've ever done in my life.
And what is the best life advice you've ever received?
Don't let anyone hurt you.
No good deed goes unpunished.
And also, above all, be kind.
Yes.
And that is exactly what your characters did. That is exactly what you've done today.
There's a bond that we created that's real.
Yes. And the movie makes it forever. That's what's so great about it. I mean, it'll outlive us all, won't it?
That's right.
It's a great film. Queen Bees hits theaters nationwide. That's exciting to say.
Yes.
And is on demand today.
Oh, it looks so good. Good job, Donna.
What a great cast. Thanks so much, Donna.
So back to this Easter suit. Okay.
I didn't even wear this suit on Easter.
Listen, well, Easter missed out. Because here's the thing. You guys have both upped your fashion games this morning. I kid you not. I turned on the TV this morning downstairs in my dressing room, and I was like,
So what happened? So Roker last week, he wore a seersucker suit on television.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know we could do that.
so I'm going to go buy me one.
No, I had one in my closet. I just had this.
Oh, you were like, ooh.
I was like, well, Al wore it. I could wear mine. I did not know he was going to show up today.
And then Al decided, I'm like, dang, I don't have anything solid in my closet, because otherwise.
People are turning on right now trying to adjust their TVs.
I'm so sorry. So here's the thing. We posted a poll on our Twitter page. It's our Friday fashion face-off.
Wow.
Whose jacket are you feeling more? Al looking bad in plaid? Or, I don't know, that's what the prompter says. Or are you a seersucker for Craig's dreamy, creamy suit?
Our writers this morning are really, they're taking it up to another level.
Wow.
85 people have voted already.
85 people
Look at
just
that.
put it up.
A lot of folks.
So
with
just make
Craig in the lead. It's very,
Yeah.
This is not for everybody.
no.
Trust me.
What does the winner get?
The winner gets a gift on Father's Day.
Okay. You're going to give us a gift?
A personalized gift.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Well, now I'm in.
At Third Hour today to vote on Twitter, and we'll share the results a little later in the show. Before we go, we want to update you on our fashion face-off. Al and Craig both went head-to-head with their bold jacket choices this morning. Here are the results so far. Craig has a big lead on you, Al. Not too big, but
No, he looks good.
57.9.
He was rocking the seersucker.
There you go.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.